Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. We begin our video with a story in which our OP and her husband decided to screw over a rude woman who kicked their children out of her property. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Be a jerk to my in-laws? Okay. My husband and I visited my in-laws who live on a lake in the summertime. The in-laws have grandkids and the neighbors have kids about the same age who all play together. My in-laws have a floating dock, a jet ski, and take all the kids out water skiing and inner tubing with their boat constantly. They never have an issue sharing the water toys with the neighbors. The neighbors decided to get a water trampoline, and of course all the kids were excited to try it out. Miss Priss' neighbor comes out and yells at the grandkids to get off the trampoline and just says that it's their trampoline for their family only. The grandkids could watch their kids play with it. The neighbor kids told their mom and invited everyone over, and she said she didn't care and no sharing with the other kids because it was expensive. My husband and I heard the story while visiting and got slightly miffed because my in-laws are good people. While we were swimming, we decided to swim over to the neighbor's trampoline, and we jumped on it. Hard. We were laughing in delight of our petty revenge when Miss Priss comes running out of the house to yell at us that no neighbor kids were allowed on the trampoline. I just yelled, "Oh, no worries then, we're all adults here." She pursed her lips and stormed back inside. My husband peed off the side of the trampoline before we swam back over, giggling all the way. And our next story. Entitled parent refuses to accept I'm blind. The people involved. Me. Entitled mother, EM. Security guard 1, SG1. Security guard 2, SG2. So, since my parents are more at risk from COVID, I've been going shopping alone more and more often during the pandemic. Yesterday was one of these cases. Grocery shopping is a more involved process for a blind person. Yes, I'm blind. I have to ask a staff member to assist me. I also have my guide dog, Gumbo, inside with me. Now, during my shopping, I always get a wide array of reactions to my dog, but one in particular occurred towards the end of my shopping. I heard loud footsteps, followed by the loud screech of, "That doggy is so cute, can I pet him?" It was obviously a small child by the voice, so I prepared myself before responding that no, my dog cannot be touched due to him being a guide dog. After I finished, I decided to stop by the food court on the way out for some lunch, so I went and made my way across the supermarket. I ordered my food, sat down, and waited. But by some cosmic gracing of bad luck, that's the exact moment that this child and their parent decided to walk close by. I heard the child tell the mother about what I told her, about how my dog is working as a guide dog, that I'm blind, and use him to get around, etc. The mother isn't really saying anything, but I can sort of tell by her tone and the few words that she does say that she's seeing some issue with what her daughter was told. I decided to listen in, and after the daughter finished her babbling, the mother came up to me. "Why did you tell my daughter you're blind?" Her tone was very harsh, very accusatory. I immediately knew what was coming, but as usual, I put on a smile. "Me, because I am blind. Your daughter asked about my dog, so I explained what guide dogs are and why we use them." EM, "You're not blind." Me, "Excuse me?" The straight-shooting words caught me off guard. EM, "You're not blind. My cousin's blind, so I know what a blind person's like. You shouldn't lie about that. I think you should let my daughter pet the dog. She likes dogs. It's pretty bitchy to refuse a child something like that." My hackles rose slightly. Me, "Well, ma'am, not all blind people are the same. Just because you know a single blind person doesn't mean you know how all blind people are. As I already explained, your daughter can't pet my dog due to him being a seeing eye dog." EM, "Why are you lying? Your eyes are completely fine. You're using a phone. Don't say you're blind if you're going to show you're not at the same time. Why would you lie about this?" Me, "Excuse me? But I'm not lying. My eyes looking fine have nothing to do with anything. Not every blind person's eyes look the same. Look, you're stressing me out. I'd rather you just left me alone." EM, "My daughter wants to pet your dog. She's been well behaved all through today, and it's more than reasonable to let her pet the dog." Me, "I said no." I don't know why you can't just accept my answer. EM. You said no using that bullcrap excuse. You're honestly starting to piss me off. I don't know who you think you are, but I happen to work for... I can't actually remember where she said. And if you don't stop it, I'll get security to throw you and your fake guide dog out of here. Now, I'm sure you get the picture. This went on for a good 5 minutes of her getting progressively more and more angry at the fact I wouldn't let her daughter pet my dog. The daughter was actually silent throughout the whole thing. I don't really think she even cared that much. The EM, however, was another story. Eventually, she screamed out, EM, "That's it! I'm going to get security! If you're smart, you'll be gone by the time I get back or you'll regret it!" I snorted at her small fit and heard her huff and storm off. About, 5 minutes or so went by of me eating, but of course she returned. I heard her stupid stomping from like 15 feet away, and she was raging onto an apparent security guard. EM, look, that's her. You see, she's sitting there with a dog. She says it's a guide dog, but she's not blind. You have to kick her out. Dogs aren't allowed. I sighed and removed an earbud to prepare for the incoming ordeal. A deep male voice sounded from a few feet in front of me. He sounded rather harassed. Security guard number 1. Miss, is this a service dog? Me. Yes, it is. He's a seeing eye dog. I'm allowed to take him in here. I have a copy of the appropriate law if you need it. SG1. No, that's fine. I know service dogs are allowed. This woman's saying you aren't disabled, though. Is that true? Me. No, she's just angry that I didn't let her daughter touch my dog. I honestly don't know why she cares. EM. Because you're a liar. I told you I have a blind cousin. Don't try to tell me I don't understand blind people, because I do. Me. I direct my attention to the security guard. I've tried to explain to her that one blind person doesn't represent all blind people, but she doesn't seem to get it. Could you please ask her to leave me alone? I just want to eat in peace. SG1. So you are blind? Me. Yes, I am. SG1. Can you prove it in any way? Me. No, how can I do that? And why? SG1. Well, it's just that she's saying one thing and you're saying another. I don't exactly know who to believe. But yeah, I see how proving you're blind doesn't really work. He spoke to the woman. Why is it exactly that you think she's lying? EM. Are you serious? Are you thick? Look at her eyes. They're not white or cloudy like blind people's are. She's literally looking at an effing phone. SG1. He spoke to me. What's your response? Me. I sighed. Maybe her cousin has those eye symptoms, but not every blind person does. Those symptoms are caused by diseases like cataracts, which I don't have. As for the phone, devices have been accessible to the blind for years. I find it surprising she has a cousin who's blind and doesn't know that. EM. No, I saw you look at the phone. You were looking at it. Me. I have basic light perception. I can detect light. I direct my eyes to it out of habit because that's where my hands are occupied. Look, it's not my job to educate you on what you don't know. I spoke to the guard. Please just ask her to leave me alone. I don't care if she doesn't believe me. You don't need to stand here and mediate a back and forth as if we're going to agree. I'd just like her to stop talking to me and leave me in peace. I'm feeling extremely harassed. SG1. Yeah, I get that. It's just that I can't know for sure if you're blind, so she might have a valid point. Me. What? That applies to every blind person. How can anyone prove that? If she has no reasons for me lying, then shouldn't you just give me the benefit of the doubt? SG1. I don't know. She said her cousin's blind. She probably knows something about it. Me. I paused for a second. Wow, I'm not even going to bother. Look, if you're not going to get her away from me, then I'm just going to leave. Thanks for failing to protect a disabled person. I stood up to leave, my dog getting up to guide me. I took a few steps and suddenly felt someone grab hold of my harness handle tightly and pull me to a stop. EM. Wait, I said I wanted you to let my daughter pet the dog. Then you can leave. Me. No, get off my harness. Get off. Now understand, grabbing my harness is akin to someone taking away your eyes. She was impeding my means of navigating, so I panicked. I attempted to pull my harness handle back, all the while screaming, "Get off! Let go! Help!" And her screaming in my ear about... Actually, I wasn't exactly listening as I was too busy screaming, but I assume it had something to do with her daughter. The security guard was fumbling around fairly uselessly. Eventually, another security guard hurried over. I heard him bark out. Security guard number 2, "What's going on?" Me, "She's taking my guide dog. Help me. She won't let go." EM, "No, she's supposed to let my daughter pet her dog. He said so." I assume she pointed to the guard. The guard didn't respond, but the way the conversation went, it seemed like he non-verbally indicated that he hadn't said that. SG2, "Miss, let go of the lady's dog right now or I'll escort you out." EM, "No, she's not blind. The dog isn't real. Don't just jump in and assume you know what's going on." Me, I had calmed slightly so I could speak in a more coherent manner. "Please, just get her off me. I want to leave. I don't feel safe. Let me leave." SG2, "Hey, you're all right, miss. Everything's going to be fine." I then felt the woman's hand being forcibly removed from the harness handle. As soon as I was free, I immediately commanded Gumbo to lead me to the exit. We walked quickly. I heard the woman screeching loudly behind me. The man shouting, "Calm down. Just stop screaming." I was still somewhat panicked, but I was able to calm myself down as I hurried towards the exit. It was so chaotic, I very nearly forgot my shopping where I left it at customer service, because I didn't want to have it around me in the food court where it could be snatched. I left, called a taxi, and came home. It's really stuck with me for the last couple of days, but the worst part is that these types of interactions are almost a daily occurrence. Blind people are the targets of constant harassment in public. This woman just went farther by physically assaulting me. I know I could have and should have gotten her arrested, but honestly, I was just so panicked I wanted out of the situation ASAP. I hate the type of people who have a relative with the exact same condition, so that means that they know everything about it. I also think in general, even if you weren't blind, when someone says no to someone else about petting a dog, they should respect that. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.